All right, hey everybody, how you doing? Shane and Rena here from the Brookings Home Team, powered by Century 21, and we thought we would just jump on here real quick and go over a few things that may or may not be affecting you if you are currently looking to buy or sell real estate here in the Brookings area, surrounding area and stuff. So what we're going to do is Rena is actually going to talk a little bit about the interest rates. Where were they last year at this time versus this year at this time? And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the housing market, more on the national level, which eventually gets to our area here in Brookings, and maybe then a little bit just touch a real high level on the government shutdown and how that could be affecting you if you are currently looking to buy something here in the, or maybe you do have a current loan out there too, because that is affecting you as well. So with that being said, Rena, what were the interest rates last year at this time?
So on average, a conventional 30-year last year at this time was 4.1. This year, it just jumped up a little bit to a 4.75.
Okay.
Last year, South Dakota Housing 30-year, 3.5%, and this year they bumped up 0.5% to 4%.
Okay. 15-year one, what were those, the 15-year conventionals?
Conventional 3.6 last year, this year 4.2.
Okay. So, you know, everybody's been kind of concerned about the interest rates. Boy, they're going up, they're going up. As you can see, they've only gone up about 0.5% over the last 12 months here from what we're seeing here. So with that being said, that kind of, again, takes us into what I wanted to talk a little bit about here. In 2019, it's projected that 75% of the homes that come on the market next year will be sold for less than asking price. So 2019, they're saying 75% of the homes that will come on will be sold for less than their asking price versus about a little over 50% this year for 2018. And it did actually kick into 62 towards the end of the year, again, with the scare of the hike, or scare with the interest rates and stuff. So that makes it a little bit more important to, if you are thinking of selling, to, you know, an agent, to get an agent involved and help you better market that. We got to get it exposed and try to keep that value of your home at the highest level that you need for it, and that's where our services come into play with that. Nationally, they had talked to a little over 100 leading housing economic professors, analysts, or whatever you want to say there, and they projected that out of the 100 there, 94% projects that the housing market nationally will increase, will have an appreciation on it. 2%, only 2 of those out of the 100 think that will break even over the next year or two, and 4% believe that the housing market will depreciate, or your housing value, the house value, will depreciate about 4%. But when they ask those same 100 individuals what they project for the 5-year outcome, none of them are projecting any type of depreciation. They all believe the housing market will increase. I keep saying housing market, I mean the appreciation, the value of your home will increase in the next 5 years. In Brookings here, we're averaging about 3% a year on appreciation on the home. So if that gives you some idea there. No doubt the rising interest rates have affected the market, but I think it's more of a sticker shock than anything. The rates are still much lower than possibly your parents when they first bought a house, more than likely, for sure, less than when your grandparents first bought a house. And you know, some of those, I think I remember my parents were in the teens, mid to late teens interest rates for their homes. So I bought about 20 years ago, and I was up in the 8% range, and of course refinanced and everything since then. So it's come down a little bit there, but we're still, even 20 years ago, it was much higher for an interest rate in your home if you were looking to purchase. So Brookings, the population in Brookings grows about 3 to 4% a year, and this is coming from our city mayor that I heard that from, and so that's interesting to see. Brookings itself is still growing. We still have a number of homes that are available and still appreciating in that sense there. So another thing I wanted to touch on quick, millennials. Are you a millennial?
I am a millennial.
Are you considered a millennial?
I'm considered a millennial.
All right. So the priorities of millennials are different than say our generation here. The three from first, second, and third. What I've been reading and researching on for a millennial, what's important to them is saving for retirement. That's number one. We need to save for retirement. Number two is buying a house, and then number three is getting married. Does that sound about like?
Well, as you can see, I have no rings on my fingers, so that lines up.
And you haven't bought a house yet, so
I haven't.
Are you saving for retirement? Yeah, sort of. So
saving for vacations.
For vacations, there you go. Our generation was kind of the opposite. Number one, we wanted to get married. Number two, we wanted to get a house, and then we thought about saving for retirement. So our job is to try to and this is one of the reasons we like to have Rena on our team. She knows how to connect with that age group, probably a little bit better than some of myself and Janine, the old fogies there. But we think it's important to buy a house first, and then that helps you save for retirement. For example, if you're 65 years or older and you've been renting for most of your life, your net worth is roughly about $5,700. That's about it. But if you have owned a home and have maybe increased, upgraded throughout the years by owning a home, if you're 65 years or older, your net worth is probably over $300,000. So that just kind of shows you buy the house, helps you save for retirement, you get a lot of tax breaks potentially, and hopefully put you in a position to save and take your vacations when you are old and gray, which you'll probably never be old and gray. So when you're looking for an agent too, you want the heart of a teacher. We are considered salespeople. We both are salespeople, and that's just the name of the game. But you want to find an agent that is the heart of a teacher. We want to teach you what to look for in a home, what you should be looking for down the road, resale value, things like that. So that's one of the differences, big differences when you are out there looking for an agent, whether you are trying to find somebody that helps you buy it or sell a home in that process. So, and then wanted to touch real quick too that it doesn't seem possible, but it truly is less expensive to own a home than it was actually 20 to 30 years ago. When you take into consideration wages and all the numbers, if you lay the playing field out even, it is still cheaper to own a home in this time of life than it was, like I say, 30 years ago. So, and then the government shutdown. We'll probably do a quick video with Justin Froyland from Fairway Mortgage here in the next day or two, but there are some things that are affecting the lending side of the process when you are starting to look for a home and you want to get pre-approved. So IRS and the Social Security departments are currently closed, and they do a part with finding the transcripts. Sometimes we need to get transcripts for you through the IRS. Social Security, there's a form that has to be sent to prove that you are actually who you are. And so those are shut down, and that shuts everything as far as the lending side is concerned. FHA and VA loans are still up and going. They're operating as normal, so that is good news on that aspect of things. But if you're looking for rural development type loans, everything's shut down there. So they actually have been told not to even move forward with anything. So if you currently are working with a rural development loan and you might have an accepted offer in place, it could be delayed because everything is shut down till we hear a little bit more on how that's going to transpire. So as of today, shooting this video, the government is still shut down. I do believe they are going to reconvene and hopefully get something figured out here in the next day or two and get this back running. And if you remember last year in January, I think we were shut down twice. One for like 2 or 3 days and once for like 9 hours. So nothing that we're not familiar with. It's just you got to be aware of it. But that is all. Kind of got a little longer than I anticipated. You were supposed to hit me and tell me to stop, but
I was shooting you with my eyes.
you were shooting with the eyes. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Didn't mean to get so boring and dry there, but thought you guys needed to take a look at that and listen. Feel free to share and tag anybody else you think would be interested in this video, and give us a call if you are interested in looking at buying or selling any real estate here in the Brookings area. Anything you want to add?
That's it.
That's it. So from one millennial to not another millennial, Happy New Year, and hopefully we will see you in 2019. Thanks, guys.
Happy New Year.
All right.